Welcome to another craft, a comfort craft with the Sumner Public Library. We will be making a lickable nose and paw balm first. It's a hard thing to say, paw balm, or cream, but it's more of a balm. And we'll just kind of touch on the basics on this, because next we will piggyback right onto this is lip balm for us, for the humans. And there are certain ingredients and things that do not go well with your puppies. It's just not safe for them. So that's why we will do the puppy or nose and paw stuffs first, because we don't want any cross contaminants transferring, since we're going to be doing it back to back. And the reason we're doing it back to back is because it's easy, it streamlines it, so you just have to spend maybe 30 minutes doing a batch for yourself and for your puppies. For the puppies, the recipe that we will be using will do two 2/3 cup or to 1/3 containers for the puppy, and we will be using a microwave. I know in the recipes we talk about using like a double boiler, so yeah, we will just be using the microwave today. Just it speeds things along for the whole process of filming for you guys. So what we will be using also on the recipe, I will be using a sunflower coconut oil blend. My puppy loves coconut oil, and so I don't want to put anything on him that he's just going to try to eat up without receiving any benefits. So using the sunflower coconut oil blend, it lessens the coconut oil in there for him, but both are very good for your puppies. And then I will also be using the almond oil and then the wax beads. So I will go ahead and do my 4 tablespoons. That is my 4 tablespoons there. And then also, if you wanted, you can use shea butter. I would not recommend using like cocoa butter, but if you have shea butter at home and want to use that for your puppy as well, that is just fine. Dogs can tolerate that very well, as long as they don't eat it, and you want to make sure it's pure shea butter, not sometimes commercially it has added chemicals to it, and you don't want that for your pup. Okay, so I have my liquid oils all together, and now I'm going to add my wax. And this is just pure natural beeswax. And we will go ahead and do 2 tablespoons. I am gonna make this the second one, add just a little bit more, because I'm not using like a solid coconut oil. So in the recipe, the one that's printed is done with things that you could possibly have around the house, with the olive oil, and then, unlike with your beeswax, it's so versatile from making candles or things, as long as you use the natural beeswax, you can use it for so many things around the house. I'll be using the microwave, and I will be pulling it out every 30 seconds to make sure that the beeswax is melting in nicely. And once I see that it's starting to melt, I will check it every 10 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and set things up. So I'm ready. And I'll just let that sit in. That way, if any dribbles, we can contain it and use it. Okay, and it looks like after a minute in there, our beeswax is pretty much fully melted. Super hot. And of course, this all depends upon the setting of your microwave. I think this is on full power. We're at 100%. I will kind of sit there and let that cool while I go ahead and grab my vitamin E. Vitamin E has multiple benefits, and then also it acts as a natural preservative. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some of that. And then I'll count out 20 drops. And then I will stir that in. And we want to be careful about the essential oils that we use with our puppies. So you can look information up online which ones are safe or not. But for the sake of this recipe, we're just going to use a little bit of lavender and geranium, both of which, geranium is very good for the skin, and so is lavender. But lavender also works well with antimicrobial, so it helps stave off bacteria and stuff. So we'll do about 10 drops of that. And then about 10 drops of geranium oil. I love the smell of geranium. Okay. Geranium oil, not the plant. All right. And I probably should have waited a little bit more or longer for this to cool, but just for the sake of filming. Okay. And now is the tricky part. We are going to go ahead and pour this into our containers, leaving about a 1/4 inch from the top. Okay. And that, my friends, is easy peasy lemon squeezy balm for our puppies. And now, since we have all of the makings out for our lip balm, we can go ahead. I can try to go ahead and like grab the rest out of the bowl here. I'll do a quick wipe down. I don't necessarily want geranium in my lip balm, but one, it's not going to hurt me one bit. And like for our puppies, we can put this on before they go outside, especially, you know, with it being cold, in and out cold and hot, and the natural drying. But also walking along any of the roads, or if you salt your driveway or your own sidewalks, it's nice to get them well cared for. All right, just sliding that off and out to the side so it can cool. Do not cap it. Wait until it has fully cooled before you put a lid on that, because any trapped moisture, if there's, you don't want to trap moisture in there if it's going to grow any bacteria. Even though you have the vitamin E and the lavender in there, it's just best to play it smart and safe. Okay, and then for our lip balm, I measured out that this should fill 4 tubes, and you're going to want to make sure your empty tube is unscrewed all the way to the bottom. So there's that. I am going to bring out a funnel in case you feel like you want to use a funnel. I will be using a pipette to fill mine. So once again, you can use like a little double boiler method, but you can also use your microwave. Since this is going to be a much smaller amount, a few teaspoons of different things, I will go ahead and just use a little bowl. All right, I need 1 teaspoon of beeswax. All right, and then we are going to use a sunflower oil and a coconut oil, and it is 1 teaspoon of each, so this is already a mix. So I will be using 2 teaspoons of this. And for making your lip balm, you can always substitute any of the oils for, once again, shea butter, cocoa butter. You can use almond oil, just depending upon what you want to make or how you want it to feel, taste. And we'll go ahead and stick this in the microwave and go from there. Okay, I originally put it in there for 15 seconds, and I'm going to stir it, and I'll just be checking every 15 seconds until it really starts to melt. Okay, they're really starting to melt, so we'll do another 15 seconds. So all in all, that was just a quick 45 seconds. And you want to stir to make sure that you have all of your wax melted. And now I have that there. I'm going to once again do some vitamin E. I'm going to do about 5 drops there. And I will be using that pipette to fill my containers. Also, I have some mica powder or pigments. And you can use that if you wanted to add any color to your lip gloss. I'm just going to add just a little bit to mine. And I'm going to use 1 1 full scoop. And then if you want flavoring, you can add flavoring. And you don't have to add anything else if you don't want to either. I'm going to go ahead and stir that in. I like the mica pigments myself because they have a nice shimmer to them. I will have just a kind of like a bluish shimmer. If you just want shimmer instead of like a color, I will have that available too. And this is a really fun thing to make, and it's fun as a gift, but also in the different things that you can do. You can use cocoa butter as one of your oils, and then add a couple chocolate chips, and so it adds a little bit of color and of course flavor for you. Alrighty, I am going to take my first two. I'm going to pop any of the extra bubbles, and then I can set that off to the side. Fill my next one, and just wait for it to cool before you cap it. And there you go.